Hey everyone, Melanie with Finding Flavor here. Let me grab a knife real quick. This will work. All right, so today is my daughter's birthday. 21. I don't know where the time goes. But she wanted cheese pie. Mac and cheese, homemade mac and cheese. So basically cheese pie. And I have found over the years that it is much better to shred my own cheese. Sometimes I'll get like a whole big long block of it and use my shredder attachment on my mixer. But usually, mostly, I just hand shred it. This is Pampered Chef's shredder. It folds up. This is our older version, their microplane shredder. And I have one that has smaller holes. Also, it has a thing that will slide on here and hold the food for me. With cheese, I found it's just easier if I hold it myself. I can't tell you, though, the number of times I've grated my fingers. Because even after all these years, and this is a good 10, 12 years old, it's still just as sharp. And it really doesn't take long just to shred up your own cheese. Plus, it's cheaper than paying for the bag of shredded cheese. And it melts better. If you ever buy the pre-shredded cheese, it just doesn't melt as well. They add something to help preserve it. And I just don't. It's not very often. I'll buy more soft cheese that's shredded, like mozzarella and whatnot. But even that, you can shred by hand. The soft cheeses, just pop them in the freezer. Pop them in the freezer for a few minutes. About 10 minutes, let them get a little chill, and it hardens them up enough where you can grate it. No problem. I remember my very first Pampered Chef show. I accidentally grated my pinky finger. And move this over to the side just a little. And I could not get it to stop bleeding to save my life. And the sweet girls that were the daughters, Lynette's daughters, they kept giving me, wet paper towels, kept bandaging up my finger. I was petrified. I was like, oh my gosh, I've cut myself. And, it was an in-home show. I didn't want... Last thing I wanted was, getting blood in their food. That would have been disgusting. Just the thought of it petrified me. But I made it through, all bandaged up. It stopped bleeding. I don't know about y'all, but I have mice called Rachel, Sarah, Wyatt, and Jimmy. Whenever I'm grating cheese, they love to come in here and get the little pieces that don't get grated all the way. And right now they're all outside because Rachel wanted steak, mac and cheese, homemade mac and cheese, and green beans for dinner. So that's what she's getting. What do y'all do for birthdays and stuff? In my house, my kids have always got to pick what they want for dinner. Or if we go out to eat, which is rare, but sometimes we do. But yeah, they pick out what they want to eat for dinner. Wyatt is probably the one who's changed his meal the most. Rachel used to be chicken, mac and cheese out of the box, and green beans. But Wyatt he changes his up almost every year. This year he wanted the fettuccine Alfredo. One year he asked for pancakes. He said he wanted a whole stack of pancakes all for himself. And that's what I made. I'm trying to think what else we've done over the years. Gosh, too much to remember, I suppose. But anyways, I just wanted to show y'all the shredder. And, you know, guys, I'm sure you're just like me. I live on a budget, and the best way I have found to help me save money, especially with groceries, is doing things myself. Because if you buy the pre-shredded cheese, or like I'm about to slice up apples and dehydrate them, if you buy the apple chips, you know, those things are expensive. It's almost $5 for a little bitty bag, where I can take a whole bag of apples and get 4, 5, 6 times as much than what's in that little bag. And I mean, I'd rather spend my money on something else than pre-prepared shredded cheese, those kind of things that, I mean, you saw this. It didn't take me very long to shred up a block of cheese. It was easy. It was one and done, and that's it. So, guys, I hope y'all have a blessed Sunday. You know, take some time to appreciate your family and know that, you know, tomorrow's not promised to any of us. And treat each day like it's a gift, because it is. Y'all have a great Sunday. Blessings out.